Lidia Charskaya, Two Christmas Trees. In a dense evergreen forest, there is a beautiful, lush young fir tree. Her girlfriends, fir trees that grow nearby, look at her with envy. Who does such a beauty take after? The girlfriends do not notice that a disgusting, ugly branch has grown at the very root of the fir tree, greatly disfiguring the elegant young Christmas tree. But the Christmas tree herself knows about this branch. Moreover, she hates it, grieving and lamenting her fate. Why was she, a slender, pretty young Christmas tree, given such an ugly branch? Christmas Eve came up. In the morning, Father Frost attired the trees with a magnificent snow veil and silvered them with hoarfrost. And there they stand, dressed up like brides, standing and waiting. After all, today is a great day for Christmas trees. Today people come for them into the forest. They will cut down the Christmas trees, take them to the big city, to the market. And there they will buy Christmas trees as a gift for the children. Here the heavy peasant sledges appeared. A peasant in a warm sheepskin coat came out of them, went up to the tree, and with all his might struck with an axe on her slender trunk. The fir tree groaned softly and sank heavily to the ground, rustling her green branches. "A superb tree," said the old footman Ignat, looking from all sides at the beautiful Christmas tree, which he had just bought in the market on behalf of the owner, a rich prince, for the little princess. And suddenly his eyes rested on a gnarled knot that was sticking out at the side of her beauty. "We must trim the tree," said Ignat, and in 1 minute he brushed the gnarled branch with an axe and threw it aside. The beautiful Christmas tree breathed a sigh of relief. Thank God, the ugly branch that so spoiled her fabulous beauty was now gone. Footman Ignat once again looked carefully at the Christmas tree from all sides, and carried her upstairs to the huge and luxuriously furnished apartment of the prince. In the elegant living room, the Christmas tree was surrounded on all sides, and barely an hour later she was transformed. Countless candles shone on her branches. Golden stars, colorful balls, graceful trinkets, and sweets adorned her from top to bottom. When the last decoration, gold tinsel rain, poured down the green needles of the Christmas tree, the doors of the hall swung open, and a lovely girl ran into the room. The Christmas tree thought that the little princess would throw up her hands at the sight of such a beauty, and would be delighted to jump and gallop at the sight of a lush tree. But the pretty princess only glanced briefly at the tree, and said, pouting a little, "Where is the doll? I so asked Dad to give me a talking doll, like Cousin Lily's. And there's only the tree. It is boring." Suddenly the look of the pretty princess fell on an expensive doll sitting under the tree. "Oh!" the girl cried joyfully. "This is wonderful! Beloved Dad, he thought of me. What a lovely doll, my darling!" And the little princess kissed the doll, completely forgetting about the tree. The beautiful tree was perplexed. After all, the ugly twig that disgraced her so had been chopped off. Why then she, a magnificent, green-haired beauty, did not elicit delight in the little princess? And the gnarled branch lay in the yard until a thin poor woman, exhausted by daily hard work, approached it. "God, this is a branch from a Christmas tree!" she cried, bending over the gnarled knot. She carefully lifted it from the ground, as if it were not a gnarled twig, but some kind of precious thing, and carefully covering it with a kerchief, carried it to the basement, where she had rented a tiny room. In the room, on a dilapidated bed, covered with an old wadded blanket, lay a sick child. He was in oblivion and did not hear his mother come in with the Christmas tree branch in her hands. The poor woman found a bottle in the corner and stuck the gnarled Christmas tree branch into it. Then she took out the candle stumps that she had kept in her box, carefully attached them to the prickly branch, and lit them. The Christmas tree lit up with friendly lights, spreading around itself a pleasant smell of fir needles. The child suddenly opened his eyes. Joy shone in the depths of his pure childish gaze. He stretched out his emaciated arms to the tree and whispered, all beaming with happiness, "What a pretty Christmas tree! Thank you, my dear Mommy, for it. I started feeling better right away when I saw a cute lit tree." And he stretched out his little hands to the gnarled branch, and the crooked twig blinked and smiled at him with all his joyful lights. The gnarled branch didn't know that it would bring so much joy to the poor sick child on a bright Christmas Eve.